Hello and welcome to this week's newscast from PEI. I'm Tildy Bayar. In the news this week, the International Energy Agency says Indonesia must increase its energy sector investment or risk a power crisis. Turkey develops a renewable energy action plan. Honduras state utility calls for funds for a hydropower overhaul. And India plans the world's largest solar power plant. Indonesia must take immediate action to encourage investment in its energy sector or risk a future power crisis, the International Energy Agency has said. Power shortages and large-scale brownouts could result as the nation's energy consumption grows due to rising living standards, population growth, and rapid urbanization, the agency said in a report released this week. While Indonesia has made progress in energy sector reform since 2008, including a steady increase in its installed power capacity, partial opening of its electricity sector, and substantial growth in electrification across the country, IEA Executive Director Maria van der Hoeven said major barriers exist to increasing investment. She said these barriers include multi-layer government approval procedures, unrealistic targets and unclear regulations, difficult land and licensing acquisition, and limited options in private financing for small and medium-sized project developers. Turkey has developed a national renewable energy action plan in collaboration with the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Under the plan, Turkey aims to get 30% of its total installed power capacity from renewable sources by 2023. It aims to add 34 gigawatts of hydropower, 20 gigawatts of wind power, 5 gigawatts of solar power, 1 gigawatt of geothermal power, and 1 gigawatt of biomass. In addition, 10% of the transport sector's power sector needs are to be met by renewable energy. An implementation plan jointly developed by Turkey and the bank outlines strategies for attracting investment in renewable power projects. It also identifies policy gaps that could hinder private investment and establishes measures based on international best practices, including financial support for projects, red tape reduction, improvement of legal frameworks, and infrastructure enhancement. Honduran state-owned utility ENEE has announced that it needs $160 million to overhaul and upgrade 2 hydropower plants totaling 110 megawatts. The utility said it expects to receive $28 million from the Inter-American Development Bank, while the remaining $132 million would come from the Japan International Cooperation Agency. A Honduran delegation is set to visit Japan to complete negotiations for the loan, which is expected to be signed in March. Upgrades to the 2 hydropower plants would increase their combined generation capacity to 126 megawatts. Finally, a 750 megawatt solar photovoltaic power plant, the world's largest, is set for development in the Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. Scheduled for completion in August 2016, the plant will push the U.S.'s 550 megawatt Desert Sunlight solar power project, commissioned this week in California, off the top of the global list. Tenders for the Indian project are expected to be invited by the government in April, and the acquisition of 1,500 hectares of land is close to being finalized, according to reports. In addition, work has begun on new power transmission lines. The project will be a joint venture between the state government and the Solar Energy Corporation of India, which is owned by the federal government. According to an official in the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, the plant is to be developed in 3 250 megawatt stages. That's all from us this week. We'll see you next time, and in the meantime, check out our website for more global power generation news.